let's say I'm that executive sitting in Kansas City, Missouri,
Mm-hmm.
and I haven't looked for a job in a really long time. I haven't needed to.
Mm-hmm.
And what I did before, they always came and found me. Opportunities seemed to follow me.
Right.
What are we signaling to the person that hasn't had to do this in a while? Are we saying that, don't worry, they'll find you? Or are we saying, do something so they may find you? It's two different things, right?
You've got to be very proactive. I think you've got to conduct a job search throughout your entire career. Unless you intend to retire from your job, you're always in a job search. And so you've really got to build that network, build that online presence. You got to be known for who you are and the impact you have. You've got to be known for that. That's how people find you. And even these international jobs, I mean, they're scouring LinkedIn, they're reading trade publications, they're seeing if you're published, they're seeing if you're, there's certain places that high level people go to find executives, and networking. You should be building your network daily. So I think every executive out there should be conducting a job search their entire career. You guys offer a lot of services that can help executives. I mean, I've sent I don't know how many executives to you because you sit down with them and you ask questions that they don't know to ask themselves. Sometimes when you've never been in a job search, you don't even know what you don't know. You know what you do, but you don't know how to market yourself. And it's harder to market yourself than anybody else. So I think sometimes, you've got to stand back and you've got to find, okay, what professionals can really help me, who can ask me the questions I need to be asked so that now I really understand what I want to do next. You don't just want to do what you've always done in the same industry. You don't want to depend only on your network. You want people to track you down. But if you're not positioning yourself online, if you're not positioning yourself online right now, they're not going to find you. They're not going to find you.
Sandra, anything you'd like to add? Let's say you're talking to this amazing executive who, again, hasn't needed to search in a good long time. They don't know exactly where to begin. And I'm going to add another factor. When they hear all the things that they need to do, they just want to, go under a blankie and sleep because it seems like too much work. I mean, what do you say to them that would help them feel like it doesn't have to be such a drag? This could actually be a lot of, dare I say, fun for you? Is that something that ever enters the equation?
Well, yeah, I can understand how it makes you feel like you want to just go under the blankie when the message finally comes across loud and clear that I have to go on a job search forever. But there's a sustainable way to do that. If you're just sitting there responding to ads and running around asking your network what jobs they have open, then yeah, it's going to make you feel like you want to hide under a blankie if you realize you got to do that the rest of your professional career. But what you do need to do the rest of your professional career that will work remarkably better than those strategies for a job search is to do the one thing that we talked about in the beginning, and Barb actually just mentioned. Be known for the impact that you have on a company. So that question that you asked before about, like, do people have pushback on the word brand? I got to brand myself. That's really what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Your brand. So what a marketing, and I even have a branding coach myself. And here's what she says. Your brand is what they imagine, the experience they imagine they will have with you based off of what they know. So here's the thing. You can play around with or not play around, but you can work on your brand management, which means, what do I want to be known for? I've done a lot of things in my career. You're thinking, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this. And when you just throw it out to the world, it is overwhelming. But when you distill it all down to what's the actual subset, what's the impact? Where's my highest and best use for the impact that I make on a company, where it also intersects with where my passion is and what makes my heart sing? And when you start distilling it down, and then you become known for the impact that you make on the company, and whether that means that you're getting involved in being on panels like this one, but in your industry, you're maybe in cybersecurity. There's a lot of buzz on that right now. There's a lot of buzz on everything. And if you're getting known for that, if your network is seeing you in that, if your network is going to you for that because you're the expert, that is the best sustainable job search thing that you can do in your whole entire career. So you only have to do two things if you're feeling overwhelmed. Know your value proposition and make sure that it's getting communicated to the right people in the right place at the right time in the right way.